Imagine a city built on the bones of the old world, a sprawling metropolis named Neo-Viridia. Here, holographic dragons coil around chrome skyscrapers, and augmented reality overlays ancient shrines with prayers written in digital light. The air itself thrums with a unique energy, a constant symphony where the hum of maglev trains harmonizes with the whispered incantations of street corner mystics. This is a world of stark contrasts, where mega-corporations trade in forbidden spells on the stock market, and back-alley data brokers sell secrets older than time itself. This is the stage for Eclipse of Aether, a new action-packed, mystery-driven sci-fi fantasy that plunges you headfirst into a conflict for the soul of reality itself. Forget everything you think you know about magic and technology, because here, they are two sides of the same, impossibly powerful coin. At the heart of this chaos lies a cataclysmic event known only as the Shattering. Millennia ago, a primordial artifact, the Nexus of Reality, was destroyed, exploding into countless fragments of crystallized power. These are the Aether Shards. They have rained down upon the world, embedding themselves in the very fabric of the city. Some are dormant, hidden in plain sight, while others pulse with a volatile energy. Each one is a key, a weapon, a wish, and a curse, a ticking time bomb of unimaginable potential. It is said that whoever gathers these shards can reassemble the Nexus and gain the ultimate power, the ability to rewrite reality. A tempting prize, isn't it? The power to erase your mistakes, to bring back the lost. But this power comes with a terrible price. The Aether is not a tool, it is a primordial force that consumes. Each use of a shard erodes the user's own existence, twisting their body and mind until they become a monstrous echo, a glitching remnant of who they once were. This deadly hunt has drawn out the city's most powerful factions, the ruthless Chrono Syndicate, seeking to weaponize reality itself, the secretive keepers of the Veil, who would see the shards locked away forever, and the freelance shard hunters, caught in the crossfire, each with their own desperate reason to chase the impossible. This is where our story begins. Enter Ren Kaido. On the surface, he's your classic rebellious high schooler, more interested in the city's neon-soaked rooftops than the inside of a classroom. He's quick to jump into a fight, especially for someone who can't defend themselves. But that impulsiveness comes from a place of deep-seated frustration. He feels trapped by the expectations of a future he never asked for, a ghost in the machine of his own life. His defiance isn't just for show, it's a desperate search for something real, something with meaning in a world that feels increasingly synthetic. Deep down, beneath the sharp edges and cynical remarks, he's got a big heart, a fact his best friend Toru knows better than anyone. But Ren is restless, yearning for a spark to ignite his monotonous world. That spark arrives not with a flicker, but with a city-wide plunge into darkness. One night, after a blackout sweeps through the city, every light in the sprawling metropolis dies. An unnatural, deafening silence falls. In the ensuing chaos, Ren is drawn down a forgotten alleyway by a strange, dissonant hum. There, nestled in a web of cracked pavement, is an object that seems to drink the very darkness around it. A shard of obsidian-like crystal, pulsing with a faint, violet energy. This is an Aether Shard, the Shard of Shadows. Compelled by a force he can't explain, he reaches out. The moment his fingers make contact, his world doesn't just flip upside down, it shatters into a million pieces. A torrent of raw, untamed power floods his senses, bombarding him with terrifying visions of a world made of pure shadow, inhabited by monstrous things. Suddenly, he's seeing things that shouldn't exist. The city's own shadows are no longer empty. They writhe with a life of their own. Before he can process this, he's no longer alone. Figures emerge from the darkness, their forms indistinct, their motives clearly hostile. A desperate chase through the darkened city streets begins. Cornered, Ren throws himself into the deepest shadow he can find and dissolves, reappearing 50 feet away, gasping and terrified. He can warp through shadows. He's dodging attacks from people who want the shard for themselves, but this new power is the only thing that saves him, and he has no idea how to control it. His life gets even messier when his pursuers close in again. A blinding flash of golden light erupts, and standing between Ren and the shadowy figures is Ayla Seraphine, who, by a remarkable coincidence, is the new transfer student set to join his class. Calm, mysterious, and radiating an aura of ancient knowledge, Ayla is everything Ren is not. In her hand, a crystalline shard glows with the brilliance of a miniature sun, the Shard of Light. With precise, elegant gestures, she weaves barriers of hard light and unleashes concussive blasts of pure energy, driving the attackers back into the darkness. She is, without a doubt, always 2 steps ahead. Her rescue, however, comes with 1,000 new questions. Ayla explains the blackout was no accident, but a consequence of the Aether Shards reawakening across the globe. She gives his power a name, Umbra Kinesis, and warns him that they are now targets for powerful, clandestine factions who hunt for the shards. She's got answers Ren desperately needs, but for every truth she offers, she conceals 2 more. She's hiding secrets of her own, like where the shards really came from, what ancient war led to their creation, and the cataclysmic truth of what's waiting if they're all brought together. The fate of their world might just hang in the balance. Alongside them is Toru Minami, Ren's best friend. Overwhelmed and out of his depth, Ren turns to the one person he trusts implicitly. While Ren and Ayla are thrown into a world of supernatural warfare, Toru becomes their anchor to reality. He doesn't have shard powers, but trust me, he's the tech whiz and strategist you wish you had in your corner. While Ayla provides the ancient lore, Toru provides the modern intelligence. He hacks into city surveillance systems to track their enemies, analyzes energy signatures to predict where the next shard might appear, and keeps Ren grounded when the line between reality and the terrifying shadow world starts to blur. Together, this unlikely trio forms a fragile alliance. The hot-headed warrior, the mysterious sage, and the brilliant strategist, united by a shared threat and a destiny they are only just beginning to understand. But every hero needs a villain, and in the neon-drenched shadows of the city, a darker force is already at play. His name is whispered in fear, Kurobane. He's more than just a masked figure. He's a phantom, a master manipulator orchestrating chaos from the wings. His goal is absolute and terrifying, to reunite the celestial shards, believing their power will forge a new world of perfect, silent order from the ashes of our own. In the early days, he's a ghost, testing Ren and Ayla through proxies and calculated attacks, always 2 steps ahead. He doesn't just fight them, he studies them, dissecting their weaknesses with chilling precision. Every cryptic message, every near miss, every life they fail to save is a carefully crafted lesson from a master to his unwilling pupils, all leading back to his grand apocalyptic design. But Kurobane, for all his menace, is merely a pawn for a power infinitely older and more malevolent. Behind the mask, behind the entire conflict, lies the true antagonist, the Eclipse entity. This is no mere monster, it's a cosmic parasite, a being of pure hunger that was sealed within the shards eons ago by the very civilization it devoured. It cannot act directly, but its consciousness seeps through the cracks of its prison. It doesn't command, it tempts. To those who hold a shard, it whispers promises tailored to their deepest desires. It shows Ren visions of his lost parents, offering him the reunion he craves. It offers Ayla the absolute power to protect everyone, twisting her noble heart toward a path of control and domination. It promises you everything you've ever wanted, showing you a paradise built just for you. The only price is your soul. Season 1 is a relentless roller coaster of discovery and despair. The initial episodes track Ren's desperate struggle to tame the volatile power of his shard. While he can barely summon a spark without it backfiring, Ayla seems to be a natural, her abilities growing at an alarming rate, the first red flag that her connection is dangerously deep. Their journey for answers leads them to ancient texts and forgotten city archives, where they piece together the terrifying legend of the Eclipse entity and the original guardians who sacrificed everything. The conflict escalates as Kurobane's attacks become more direct, pushing Ren to his absolute breaking point. At the same time, Ayla's shard begins to actively corrupt her. We see her use a terrifyingly dark ability to win a fight, an act that leaves a creeping, shadowy mark on her arm and a coldness in her eyes. The rift between them grows just as the central mystery deepens, with Kurobane dropping cryptic hints about Ren's family, leading Ren to a shocking discovery. His parents weren't just researchers, they were the previous guardians, and their disappearance is directly tied to Kurobane's own origin. This all culminates in a season finale that shatters the very foundations of their world. At the city's core, a convergence of ley lines, Kurobane performs a dark ritual, successfully uniting half of the scattered shards. The effect is instantaneous and catastrophic. Reality itself begins to fray. Buildings warp and twist into impossible shapes, gravity fluctuates wildly, and the sky fractures like glass, revealing a terrifying, starless void beyond. It's a disaster on a cosmic scale. To stop the city from being completely erased, Ren and Ayla must overcome their distrust and combine their powers. This isn't just a bigger energy blast, it's a desperate symbiotic technique they've only read about, requiring perfect harmony and trust. They succeed, but only just. The ritual is halted and the shards are once again scattered, but the victory is hollow and temporary. Kurobane escapes, more determined than ever, and the damage is done. Those cracks in the sky remain, a permanent scar, a gateway through which the Eclipse entity can now gaze upon our world, its whispers growing ever louder. The first battle is over, but the real war is just beginning. Season 2, more shards appear. Betrayal splits the group, and Ren discovers his own father may have been the one true original hero, or maybe the ultimate villain. So, if you love stories about power, responsibility, and the battle between fate and free will, Eclipse of Aether is your next obsession. Let me know, would you choose the power to change reality, or would you simply run from it? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more anime breakdowns.